publish everything real quick so I don't have to worry about that. I come back over here. You see the game okay?
Let me make sure. Yep, everything's good on my end.
Cool. So yeah, definitely recommend. The jury's still out on Umineko, but I'm sure it will be good by the time I get done with it. So.
How are you with like cartoons and stuff?
Like watching cartoons?
Yeah.
I like it as long as it's not like completely. I mean, like it depends on what I'm watching it for. Like if I'm watching it for like to genuinely watch it, I'm okay as long as it's not like dumb slapstick silly stuff all the time. If I'm watching it just in the background, I can do whatever. But I'm not one of those that's like, I'm an adult, I can't watch cartoons or anything like that.
Okay. I started Owl House with my brother.
Oh, is that good?
Weekend.
I've heard good things
It's
about it. Wow, Elise, you're already here. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Thanks. I have water, and Kay just went and got water, so we're good. Sorry, continue. Yes,
yeah,
I'll drink as I speak.
Yeah, it's got that whole. I've started catching on to what cartoons like to do, like with Steven Universe. The first like half of the first season. The first season is huge in Steven Universe. First of all, and like the first 20 episodes or the first 18 episodes are like complete filler slice of life.
Yeah, I've watched like the first like 10 of that, I think, and like nothing happened, which is fine. Like it was cute, but
yeah, I don't know. And then like it's just that once you get over that initial hill of slice of life, nothing happens. Then things start to build up with plot relevance until you hit the end of the season, the first season finale. And then every episode from then on is like, pay attention. This is relevant. This will be on the test. And I kind of got that vibe from the Owl House.
Yeah.
I got the we have introductory chapters. We're looking at characters, building them up.
Yeah.
And
oh my god, this is so funny. So Elise just said Giant Woman is the first one that matters, and I shit you not, I stopped the episode right before that. I just checked to see, and sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but that is really funny.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
anyways.
like I think if you like you're doing like application stuff, I think if you like put Steven Universe on in the background, for like a few hours, like 5 or 6 hours, until you hit the mid-season special of the first season, you don't have to pay attention. You could just let it filter in through osmosis. Go like, oh yeah, this is a character. That is their name. Yep. And then you just drift away, and nothing will change. But yeah, it's until you get to later content, it's all like super cute, silly stuff. Yeah, for sure. The first one that's very important is the one with the mirror.
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely didn't get to that one.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would need to rewatch the first 10 episodes or so, anyways, because I think I watched that like towards the beginning of the pandemic, and the main reason I watched it, like I'd heard it was good, but I discovered the hack that Hulu will not show you ads if you're watching children's content, and I was like. Ooh. I was like taking advantage of it to watch, and they had had a partnership with Cartoon Network or something like that. So I was watching Chowder with my parents because they used to love that show, and then I was like, well, let me see what else, and I was like, oh, I've heard Steven Universe is good, let me do it, and then I think when I stopped watching is when they called us back into office, and I couldn't work from home anymore for a while, so I ended up leaving it.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, if you have the time and you're interested, it's good.
Okay.
It's slow to get off the ground. It's very slice of lifey.
That's fair. I mean, like I said, I'm a Higurashi and a Steins Gate fan, so I mean,
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I gotta trust the process.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's see. And when last we left our villains, we played this once a week and I already forget everybody's names. Shinju? Shuju?
We have a cast list. Do you want me to pull up the cast list?
Yes, please. I'm so sorry. I don't mean that. It probably sounds racist. It's not like I'm trying to mispronounce their names. I just genuinely don't remember.
Mm-hmm. So, are we trying to talk about Shinya or Koji?
Shinya. That's probably why I got them confused, is because I smushed their names together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shinya was getting freaking assaulted. Not pleasant. And then we bonded with Tomoe. Well, we did that after stream. But we went back and rebonded with Tomoe. At a girls' night, and then this motherfucker over here,
Koji,
agreed to get corpses for us. So, as the title aptly says, we're about to put the factory in Corpse Factory.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're gonna store them. So, and we still have a lot of pictures, and we still have not reached the end of chapter 1 yet, so yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, so did I miss anything?
No. We are en route for the true ending.
True, because we went back.
To click a box that we didn't click before.
Yeah.
But beyond that, that's everything.
Okay.
We did get a request for
Oh yeah.
What's her face?
Ida?
Kotomi Ida.
Yeah. And we were trying to figure out who it was, because we thought it might be Tomoe, because she's so mad at her for stealing her man. And we thought that Shinya might have done it. If he was going to do it, he might have done it before. But we don't have any really good super candidates just yet.
I think Shinya's in the lead, simply because he didn't really have the gusto to do anything before we stepped in.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be a minute before we find out, so.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. I'm also going to apologize in advance. I'm eating apple nachos and crackers right now, so if it gets a little crunchy, you guys can tell me to shut the fuck up, and I will mute my mic.
Do you want me to take over reading for today so you can eat?
Oh, it's no big deal. It's just a snack. I'm going to try not to let it interfere, but you're welcome to, if you want to, like, split it up some. I don't mean to, like, take the spotlight, but I don't want to force you.
Whatever you want to do.
If I have a big bite, I might be like, hey, can you take over for a second?
Yeah, okay.
Because sometimes I think they're talking, and I'm like, oh, I have a break, and then I'll go to eat, and then suddenly they're not talking, and it's her narrating again. So I'll let you know if that happens.
Okay.
Okay, so we were here, I think. But thank you, very kind.
What's with that look? Got something up your ass? Come on, just follow me.
I grab Tomoe's wrist and guide her away from the labyrinth of desks and into the elevator waiting patiently for us. Going back downstairs. We emerge from the double doors into the lobby. The place is quiet and nearly empty. It offers significantly more privacy than the crowded 14th floor.
God, your fingers are bony. You're pinching me. Sorry.
I let go of her wrist and she rubs it gingerly against her clothes.
Anyway, what's up?
I hesitate for a moment. Even though I ran through this scenario in my head during the train ride, I'm still anxious about playing it out now. But the situation involves Tomoe, either directly or indirectly. As my friend, she needs to know.
I think Corpse Girl is going to target Kotomi Ida.
Huh? Did she get one of them photos?
Okay. Her reaction is fairly indifferent. I thought after being involved in Suramaki's death, this news would have more of an impact on her.
Well, no, I don't think so, but...
How do you know that?
That's hard to explain. Just bear with me. Kotomi and Shinya had a falling out. Because of her, his career here is at an end. I'm sure he told you about it.
Yep.
That makes sense. Shinya would confide in his girlfriend about his career, but I don't know the extent of Tomoe's inside knowledge. I doubt she knows the true nature of their relationship, judging by how nonchalant her reaction has been so far.
So, if you can kind of guess what I'm getting at?
What?
I think, maybe, that Shinya requested her death.
Shinya? Nah, he don't have it in him. Besides, that bitch has it coming.
She does?
Yep. I'm surprised you found out about it, but I plugged her photo into Corpse Girl's website yesterday.
Oh, it was her!
Mm.
And the fact that she just admitted it willingly after all the stress about Akane?
Yeah.
That's baffling.
A little surprising.
I'm stunned. I can hardly formulate a response to Tomoe's confession.
Absolute skank. She deserves to die.
But, why? After you requested Akane Suramaki's death, why?
Look, it's not about Shinya's career, alright? I spoke with him. Real deep and meaningful like. He confided in me. But since we're friends, I suppose I can share it with you. Kotomi Ida has been sexually assaulting him.
Seriously?
I feign a surprised reaction. In reality, I'm just more taken aback that Shinya actually confessed to Tomoe.
It's been going on for months, he says. And now she's fucked his career up, so he'll have no choice but to leave the company.
Dang, so I thought maybe it was like a recent thing, but...
He leaves, and she gets off free without anyone finding out about what she's been doing to him. I hate her. I hate her so fucking much.
I try to digest Tomoe's words. I didn't know that Shinya has been putting up with the abuse for such a long time. So, Kotomi's motivation for ending his career was purely out of self-interest. She was probably looking for a reason, any reason, to discard him, and that slight incident with Aoi was just good enough for her to seize. If he quits the company, she won't get found out. It's a simple plan, but utterly devious.
We should tell someone what she's been doing. She can't get away with that.
She ain't gonna get away with it. Corpse Girl's coming for her, remember? I can't wait to hear the news about Kotomi winding up dead somewhere. I hope she gets her throat slit.
Yeah.
But hey, how'd you find out about it?
Yeah, that makes an awkward position. Tomoe cocks her head and gives me a concerned look. I brace myself as I watch the gears slowly turning inside her head, waiting for her to point the finger at me. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to reveal this information to Tomoe. I should have just kept my mouth shut and fulfilled the request like always. Damn it, why does my curiosity always get the better of me? I'm going to cause my own demise at the rate I'm going.
Oh, I figured it out.
There's no way she actually figured it out.
Kotomi must have received the photo and told you about it, huh? Wow, that Corpse Girl sure works fast.
Tomoe's gleeful expression suddenly caves in and she gasps.
Wait a minute. Why would she even show you something like that? When I think about it, there was that time you got a photo, but nothing happened to you. Then, the only way you could have really known about Kotomi is...
I flinch as Tomoe takes a purposeful step toward me.
Corpse Girl, aren't you?
Oh my god! Ah! Noriko's like... I thought maybe she was like sidestepping the like dumb MC accusations, but no.
No.
She's just as bad as like fucking Sigma.
I don't think Sigma would get caught committing murder.
He's the dumbest one I can think of, but in a different way. Like, I don't think he get caught committing murder, but he's also like, what does that mean?
I guess, there was the Tenmyoji ending.
Yeah,
where he did get caught. He got caught with, being Zero, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if he had nothing to do with it, technically.
Mm-hmm. For me, Sigma's the, like, top-tier dumb visual novel protagonist, like...
The dumb one.
Like, Junpei's also dumb in a lot of ways. And Okabe is also dumb in a lot of ways.
Junpei's, like, the smartest
He's like the smartest dumb person you know. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, a smartest protagonist, especially of the solo too. The Raging Loop protagonist is actually probably too smart for the player, I think. Have you played Raging Loop? Have we talked about this?
We talked about playing Raging Loop at some point. I never...
We need to start, like, a Google document with, like, a list of games that we talk about, because I feel like we always talk about games, and then we, like, a month later, we're like, I don't know what to play after we finish this.
Do you want me to get a doc going?
If you want to. If it's not too much trouble. I'm trying to think of other visual novel protagonists. Keiichi Maibara, who's MC Kun, as you said earlier, is kind of dumb. Emi Akina, What Even Is Happening should be the subtitle for this game. Yeah. You're not wrong. Yeah, that's I just kept that as the name for the stream for, like, the last, like, 3 or 4 times we've streamed Corpse Factory, and it's very accurate. Every time I think I know what's going on, something else happens. Also, hello, welcome in, hope you're having a good day. I don't know, are you, hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, first time chatter, welcome in. I was thinking I hadn't seen your name before. Welcome in, I hope you're having a good time. I'm Goggles, or Kiki, and this is Kay.
Hello.
Kay and Kiki. Higurashi, yes, I'm a huge Higurashi fan. Kay has only watched, like, the second half of the first chapter, so no spoilers.
I quit right before it got good.
Yeah, so, no spoilers, but, yeah, welcome in. I'm assuming that, by that phrase, you, know what this game's already about. Yeah, I followed the game because so few people play it. No, that's fair. I've looked myself, and it doesn't look like there's been a lot of people who have played that. So you're a VN fan? Yes, both of us are huge. You'd say you're a VN fan, right, Kay?
Yeah, I need to play more visual novels, but I'm a fan of the genre.
Yeah, I would say we're both, because, like, we both really like, let's see, we like, Zero Escape, Danganronpa kind of loosely counts as a VN, right?
I like the themes that Danganronpa presents.
That's fair.
In my execution...
But no pun intended. In my head, visual novels are a sliding scale from, like, Umineku Higurashi that have, like, very little, like, almost completely kinetic gameplay to, like, Danganronpa, where, like, it can only be considered a VN if you squint. Just finished V3. Oh! No. Have you finished?
I played V3.
Okay. What are your thoughts? What would you prefer to be called? Also, is Emmy okay, or do you have a different thing? But please let me know your thoughts, because I know V3 is controversial. Okay, what did you end up liking V3, or were you more meh on it?
It wasn't my favorite out of Danganronpa. I loathe Kokichi with all of my heart.
Oh yeah, we have talked about this, I forgot. I would never spoil unless you say it's okay. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, that's very kind of you. A lot of people do not have that courtesy, so, yeah, I mean, you can get as spoilery as you want since both of us have played it. I don't know if Elise is still here, or if she's played it. Give me 1 second. Mm. Yeah, Emmy, it was, 2 is awesome. I like 2 and 1 a lot.
Yeah.
They both have their problems, but I like them both. 1 second.
I think Makoto has not duh protagonist energy, but naive protagonist energy.
I would agree with that. Makoto's a little blank, which a lot of VN protagonists are. Yeah, I don't know if you listened to the first part of this conversation, Emmy, but we were kind of just talking about dumb protagonist energy. I should make a doc of all the ones I've played too. That's smart. I should do that because I always forget. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of dumb ones out there. Makoto's naive and bland, I think, are a good way to fit him. And what's the name of...
He's like a positive self-insert type of thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Hinata, yeah. My problem with Danganronpa is I can only keep, like, 5 characters' names in my head at any given time. And the moment... The moment somebody goes, oh, hi, remember insert 6th character here, I go, yes, I do in fact know that 6th character name. And then I go to reach for the first in line, and the first one has fallen out, and I don't know why it is. Like, you could ask my sister, Elizabeth. I've always been this way since we started playing, because I played through them with her, and I've been that way since the beginning. I like Makoto. He's such a dork. Yeah, he's a dork. He's cute. I like him. How far in this are you? We are.
This
are still in chapter.
Close to the end of the first chapter.
We assume it's close to the end. We assume it's close to the end of the first chapter because we keep thinking that it's about to end and then it doesn't.
Yeah, we keep thinking, hey, this is the end of the first chapter. No, it's not. There's still more.
Yeah. So, we've done so far. Koji has agreed to be our accomplice, and we know that, our buddy was being assaulted. So if that gives you any, like, clues as to where we are, that's where we're at. So, we've really been only playing this on, like, Tuesdays for 2 hours, so it's been kind of slow going, but we like it so far, I think.
Yeah.
It's got a little weird at times, but it's good.
It's got creepy vibes, and you've been a little bit turned off at times, and I've been like, wow, this is really good. So we're kind of hot and cold on it.
Yeah. Okay. So Emmy died, and you're watching Noriko's daily stuff. Yeah. Emmy died a long time ago. Yeah, we're far into. Well, she hasn't killed Emmy yet. We don't know how that's happened, but we have a hypothesis. But we know she dies because we saw the prologue. So,
Emmy has not been requested on Corpse Girl's website.
I still have an issue because I'm pretty sure it said 2 weeks ago. And I think we've gone through 2 weeks. So I feel like any second now she should be requested, but
sometime this week, I imagine.
If she's not requested by the end of the week, I'm calling BS. Anyway.
You have to be. It's the only thing that makes sense.
I'm so surprised that she figured this out. I avert my gaze and look to the floor in silence.
Are you for real? I can't believe it.
You took your sweet time figuring it out.
Don't give me that bullshit. You can't expect me to figure out something like that if you're gonna try so hard to hide it.
Oh lol, I'm not used to hearing the voices. Oh, that's fair. I know not everybody likes to play VNs with voices, but I can't read everything out loud. We do read it all sometimes. Like Exit Corners, we read.
We voice acted for Exit Corners. We're planning on voice acting for the next VN we do.
And we did Deltarune as well. We voice acted for that. God, I miss Deltarune so much. I was rewatching.
Any day now.
I know. I was rewatching. I was trying to find voice clips for Queen, so I was rewatching bits of it, and I was like, God, I love this game so much. But yeah, so we do voice act sometimes. So I voice acted it. Yeah, it's fine. I like voice acting it. If you like, speaking of which, Sundays we do. Oh, thank you for the follow. That's very kind of you, Emmy. As you can tell probably by the icon that just popped up when you followed, we are also Ace Attorney fans here. And definitely not every Sunday because it involves a lot of people. But some Sundays we do a voiceover kind of live dub with Ace Attorney. So that's also fun. Speaking of voice acting. So keep an eye on that.
What did we want to put on the list again? Remind me.
Raging Loop.
Raging Loop. Okay. And then I'll look through his chat history to find a couple more.
You might have seen our group. We've been around for like 3 years now. So, there's a good chance you might have stumbled across us if you are into that at all. You're welcome to join my Discord as well. I post notifications for when I go live for King Kiki and for the Sunday. And occasional bonus streams. I haven't streamed on a non-King Kiki or Sunday Ace Attorney in a long time. So, kind of gave up on that one. It's too much energy. Anyway.
What the fuck, girl? You get your rocks off by killing people?
No, not exactly. I don't kill people.
The hell you don't! Explain that bitch Tsurumaki.
She killed herself.
Yeah, she killed herself. That's the cover-up, right?
I'm serious. She killed herself. But Corpse Girl encouraged her to do it.
Tomoe blinks a few times, her face scrunching up and analyzing my blank expression.
You're telling the truth. Holy shit. I can't believe this. You're really Corpse Girl?
There's no going back now. After hiding my true identity for nearly a year, I've managed to reveal it to 2 people in less than 24 hours. I just hope I haven't made a fatal mistake.
Noriko does not avoid the dumb VN protagonist allegations.
Nope. She runs into them head first.
It's true. I'm Corpse Girl.
Wow, fuck me, right? All this time I've been thinking you're just some goth skank with weird hobbies.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But you're actually pretty fucking cool. You're actually doing something with your life.
Huh? I thought you'd be angry with me.
Angry? Why would I be angry? God, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. Friends with fucking Corpse Girl. And people said I'd never amount to nothing.
Hobbies like getting off to Facebook on the train? Yeah. Yeah, that is basically something she's done, at least on one occasion.
It took me long enough to figure it out. I ain't the sharpest light bulb in the shed.
I can't argue with that.
Why?
Tomoe laughs and puts her arm around my shoulder. I shrink away a little, but her good cheer is somewhat infectious. I feel a flood of relief wash through my body.
So, like, I gotta know. How many people have you killed?
I said I don't kill people, remember?
Yeah, you know what I mean. How many have offed themselves because of you?
It's an embarrassingly small number.
That's so? Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, didn't we speculate that, like, Tomoe was gonna get involved and, like, help with, like, makeup or something?
We did! We did
so
say
this
that.
actually makes a lot of sense that she's, like, super chill with this. Oh, thanks for the Google Doc.
Yep.
Much appreciated.
Listen, you gotta fill me in on all the juicy deets later, Kay. For now, please focus on getting rid of that bitch Kotomi.
I'll do my best.
Thanks, slut. Shinya and I will owe you one for sure.
Tomoe swings around and looks towards the elevator. She turns back and gives me a thumbs-up gesture.
This convo never happened. Got it?
That's my line. You can't tell anyone about me and Corpse Girl.
Please, who would I tell?
Shinya.
Well, the police, for starters.
Fuck 'em. I ain't a squealer. I'm on your side, Corpse Girl. Relax.
Maybe start with not calling her Corpse Girl every time you turn around.
Anyway,
Tomoe ducks away and leaves me standing alone. I really hope I made the right decision here. I suppose I don't have a choice but to keep moving forward. My first order of business should be to take care of Kotomi Ida. If I can get her to kill herself, it'll prove to Tomoe that I'm not messing around, and it might cement our friendship even further. I just have to get through the rest of the workday. Then I can return home and focus on crafting Kotomi's corpse photo. That's when the real fun will begin. I reach into the drawer and clutch a cheap plastic burner phone between my fingers. Crafting the photo of Kotomi Ida is done. All I need to do now is send it. I thought about waiting until tomorrow, but I already put off making the photo for a day, so I'll make my move tonight. During editing, I timestamped the photo with tomorrow's date, 10:46 a.m. It doesn't leave much time if Kotomi receives the photo tonight, but I'm confident the plan will be effective. See, here I thought that this was the perfect time for them to be like, let's hold on for a minute and use the corpse skill, but apparently not. Kotomi will look at the photo tonight. She'll either freak out and end it all immediately, or after a sleepless night of anxiety, she'll pull the trigger, figuratively speaking, instead of going to the office in the morning. I could cross my fingers and hope that by divine intervention, someone else will take her life. But based on my recent failures, I don't think that's likely anymore. If anyone else was ever involved in the deaths of Corpse Girl's victims, I don't think they're still around. Why else would my last few attempts have failed? No, my best bet is to urge Kotomi to simply kill herself. A convincing enough corpse photo might be enough to lure her to her death. When I turn on the burner phone, I'm happy to see the battery is still charged. I load up the phone number masking app, enter my trademark digits, and then shoot the photo into the network. If Kotomi is a screen addict like the rest of society, she'll be freaking out in about 10 seconds. Since this victim is going to have a quick turnaround time, I'll take the burner to the back shed tonight to store it, and I'll ditch it on the way to the office tomorrow. Last few attempts meaning a whole year's worth. Yeah, I know, she says that as if like she's only had 3 failures her whole the whole time. I'm not expecting a reply within such a narrow time frame, so there's no need to hold on to the phone for 24 hours like I normally do. Clutching the phone with one hand, I grab my keys from the kitchen bench with the other. I step toward the front door. I was about to say, she says that, and this is going to be the one that replies. The phone in my hand vibrates violently, and I nearly drop it in terror.
What the?
I bring the screen swiftly to my face and read the alert. One new message. Without thinking, I unlock the phone and open the message. It's a reply from Kotomi Ida. You think this is funny? I know who you are. I report you to the police. How? Did Tomoe I gotta go soon, but I hope you keep playing this game as a trip. Thank you, Emmy, so much for hopping in. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And we're definitely gonna keep playing. Yeah, thanks so much. What the fuck?
Where did this message go to? Did it
her
go
burner
from
phone, I think? It says clutching the phone in one hand. So I'm pretty sure she doesn't say anything about having her own. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the burner.
It doesn't to the burner.
Because that would be trippy if not. Oh, and they made another game called How to Date a Magical Girl, which is also fun. Okay, thanks for that. I will take a look into that. I do like me some magical girl stuff, so I will look into that. I appreciate that. Thanks, Emmy. Oh,
thank you.
Holy shit. She actually replied. For the first time since Corpse Girl started her grand work, I've actually received a reply from a victim. Even though I use the number mask, there's actually nothing stopping someone from directly replying to my message. A reply message would still get sent through the network and back to the burner phone's SIM card. The number mask is simply a stealth tactic, disabling the ability to view what the phone number actually is. It doesn't prevent replies. I discard the burner phones anyway, but it's an extra layer of security, not to mention a bit of a calling card. Judging by Kotomi's response, I assume we have a fighter on our hands. She's not going to give in easily. Her threat about reporting me to the police is a bluff. I'm confident that she couldn't possibly know my identity.
I've been waiting for this. I've waited so long for someone to reply.
Oh, honey.
Yeah. I can finally put my contingency plan into practice. I've been holding out for this moment. I feel a wicked grin split my face in two, and I mash my fingers against the screen as I compose a venomous reply. You like that photo? That's you in about 12 hours, unless you follow my instructions. The message sends in an instant, and I eagerly await the next reply. I'm not left waiting for long. Kotomi's response comes through within seconds. Her attitude has completely changed. Please, I'll do anything. What do you want?
I called your bluff, you piece of shit. Now you'll do what I tell you to.
I enter my instructions clearly and concisely. Pack 500,000 yen, whatever, into a bag. Put it in coin locker 6644 at Shinjuku Station. Retrieve the item already inside. Put the locker key inside a full soda bottle and leave it on top of the locker. After I send the message, I decide to add one last bit. Do it now. Make sure no one sees you. Then go to platform 12. Do not board a train. Await my instructions. This is interesting that this is turned from
ransom situation.
Yeah, it's very curious. Satisfied with this addendum, I hit send. If Kotomi truly fears for her well-being, she'll carry out the instructions. Her response arrives shortly. Okay, I'll do it. I'm going there now.
Yes!
I've done it. I've convinced her. I'll collect the money once I'm sure she's no longer hanging around. 500,000 yen is nothing to sneeze at. It's not life-changing, but it'll cover my rent for a few good months.
Oh, it is yen. Okay.
Okay. Maybe there's like multiple ways to write it. I chose this amount to simply test the waters. Asking for an insane amount would make it impossible for a victim to follow through. But I figured someone like Kotomi, an exec for a big company, would easily have access to this much dough. I'll go collect the money, and if everything goes well, Kotomi Ida will disappear before sunrise. Though the hour is late, quite a few commuters are still navigating through Shinjuku Station's wide platforms and underground labyrinth. The train station beneath my feet is a sprawling metropolis that extends below the city. It's packed with restaurants, shops, and other outlets. But as I'm standing on one of the countless train platforms above ground, that world might as well be a completely different dimension. The only problem is that I'll have to brave the maze as soon as I descend the platform stairs. I tend to get dizzy in such places. My normal morning routine doesn't require me to travel through the underground plaza. I'm able to exit the station within minutes of my train arriving at the platform. Still, I'm somewhat familiar with the layout of underground. I know exactly where Coin Locker 6644 is located. The coin lockers in train stations like these are a popular way for people to store luggage or personal belongings for a few hours at a time. In Shinjuku, it can often be difficult to find even a single available locker, but Coin Locker 6644 is special. I approach it from the main passageway of the underground, and my eyes take in a familiar sight.
Oh.
Interesting. Locker 6644 sits in the middle row, nestled between countless other lockers. Across its door is a thick coat of graffiti. Colorful curse words sprayed on with thick paint adorn the locker. The graffiti is such an eyesore that it acts as a deterrent to anyone who might want to store their belongings. The icing on the cake is the condition of the coin-operated lock. The thing is busted and dented from physical abuse, like someone has tried to pry into it with a crowbar on multiple occasions. However, I know from testing it firsthand that the lock still works, despite its battered appearance. No one in their right mind would use this locker, and that makes it the perfect spot to host my pickup. Glancing at the locker, I notice that a soda bottle sits on top of it. A soda bottle full of bubbly, opaque liquid. I quickly look around to make sure that Kotomi Ida is nowhere in sight. That's just kind of gross to, like... It's gonna be a sticky key. Aha, sticky keys. That's dumb. I walk past the locker and complete a lap around the immediate area, scanning thoroughly for her. But she isn't here. In fact, there are very few people in this little section of the station. Good. She followed my instructions perfectly. After leaving the key in the soda bottle, she left immediately. I approach the locker once more. I reach up above it and retrieve the soda bottle, then crack it open to hear the fizzy hiss. I bring the lip of the bottle to eye level and peer inside, trying to identify the shape of a key within the swirling ocean of carbonation. There it is. I try to fish inside the narrow bottle opening with my fingers. Thin though they are, I can't squeeze more than one finger inside the bottle at a time. I could tip the bottle over and let the soda and the key spill out onto the floor, but if someone sees me being a nuisance and causing a mess, it'll draw unwanted attention. I've got no choice but to chug back some of the soda and try to catch the key in my mouth. Is there not a bathroom around that you could, like, go to?
She's very impulsive.
Yeah, apparently. I'm just saying, like, you don't even have to do it in a sink. Just do it in the, like, go to a toilet stall, do it like, use your fingers as a strainer, and then go to the sink and wash your hands. That would solve literally all of your problems. I don't get this woman.
She's very impulsive.
Very. I wonder if that has something to do with the medication she's taking, or why she's taking the medication.
Makes sense.
As disgusting as the concept is, I need to steel myself. I raise the bottle to my lips, tilt my head back, and pour the foul liquid into my open mouth, so she doesn't like soda either. Why?
I think, isn't that the reason why there's diet soda? Because it's, like, fattening or something?
Oh, that's true. She probably doesn't like the sugar, because she's got some sort of eating disorder.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think about that. And I'm guessing based off of the picture here, it's supposed to be like a Coca-Cola. The saccharine tang of artificial flavoring assaults my taste buds and I immediately want to vomit. But I'm committed to seeing this through. I can throw up later. The most important thing is getting the key. It isn't until the bottle is half empty that the cold metal key drops into my mouth. It clangs against my teeth and I nearly choke in surprise. That also looks like a liter. Not even like a 2-liter, like, not even like a little bottle. Like, she's just chugging like a whole liter of soda.
Liters aren't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, if she doesn't even like it, though, like,
yeah,
I could probably do that okay, because I'm a soda fiend, especially Coca-Cola. I love me some Coke. But if you don't like that shit, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah. I guess it would be like chugging beer, if you're, like, really opposed to beer.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't do beer. Not a beer fanatic.
Mm.
Sputtering and spitting, I feel droplets of soda running down my chin. My cheeks are puffed up like a squirrel as I try to retain the key and the soda in my mouth. I reach my fingers into pursed-tight lips and recover the tiny key. I quickly swallow the rest of the soda in my mouth, trying hard not to release a repugnant belch. I turn the key over in my hand and smile. My sticky teeth adhere to my lips, and it takes me a few seconds to lick them clean. Tossing the soda bottle into the nearby trash can, I wipe the key clean on my skirt and quickly insert it into the coin locker. I twist the key, turn the latch, and swing the locker door open. Inside the dark vault is a single bag, a simple paper pouch like you would get at a grocery store. I pull the paper bag out and take a look inside. Thick stacks of 10,000 yen bills fill the bag. I'm not foolish enough to stand here and count it out, but I'm confident the amount is at least pretty close to what I requested.
It worked. My plan worked.
I still feel like this is very dangerous. I feel like this very easily could have been
a sting.
Yeah, like it would not be completely out of left field for that person, Ida, to just be like, I just tell the police, like, especially as quickly as of a turnaround as she had. I don't know. I can hardly believe it. I devised this contingency plan months ago. I waited so long to try it out. All I needed was somebody to reply to their corpse photo. Somebody to try and reject their fate. I wanted to prove that people would bow to fear and do anything to save their own skin. And it seems that I was right.
Just one more thing to do.
I felt if the
kill her anyway.
I was like, are you gonna like make her disappear, like leave town, or are you just gonna fucking kill her? I fold up the paper bag and clutch it tightly. With my free hand, I pull the burner phone out of my handbag. I compose a message to Kotomi Ida, who should be obediently waiting above ground on the train platform. When the next train arrives on your platform, stab the first person to disembark. You must kill them. If you escape, leave this prefecture and never return. It's done. When I first opened the coin locker and retrieved the paper bag, I immediately noticed the knife that I had placed inside months ago was missing. Kotomi followed every word of my instructions. My message had read, pack 500,000 yen into a bag, put it in coin locker 6644 at Shinjuku Station, retrieve the item already inside. I've given Kotomi an opportunity. She can trade another's life for her own. If she kills someone exiting the train, Corpse Girl will spare her life. It's a simple exchange, and one that I bet she is willing to make. If she gets away with the murder, she'll flee from this place. I won't see her ever again, and neither will Shinya or Tomoe. To us, she'll be as good as dead. And as for Corpse Girl, well, as long as a body is claimed in exchange, she'll be satisfied. After a few minutes of waiting for a reply to the message, I figure that she's not going to write back. She's probably getting ready to fulfill her task. Keen to witness how this unfolds, I take the nearest escalator up towards the train platform.
Doesn't that mean you're going to be the first person she sees on the train platform?
I think... Hold on. The first person to disembark the train.
Oh, okay.
So... yeah. It looks like she already did it. The scene is absolute chaos. It wasn't difficult at all to navigate this area. All I had to do was follow the echoing screams. I spy the shadowed form of a body lying on the platform in front of me. I can't make out any details, but a shallow pool of blood reflects the harsh light shining from up high. To my surprise and delight, a second body is sprawled across the ground nearby. It's a young woman's corpse with one arm raised against the side of a vending machine. Adrenaline surges through me at the violent scene. Kotomi Ida. She managed to take out 2 people. She might be my new favorite person in the entire world. I hear panicked voices in the background, and I turn my head slowly. What the... oh my god. What the hell did this lady do?
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I like this. This is getting
something
wildly
went wrong.
This is getting wildly out of hand. 2 more bodies are on the ground. 2 men in expensive-looking suits are collapsed in puddles of their own lifeblood. One of the men is still moving and groaning, pleading for somebody to stem the tide of gore. A familiar, lustful, tingling sensation begins to stir and rise to my belly, my thighs, my pelvis. I feel my toes clench and my breathing grows heavier. There's one more surprise to be had here amidst this beautiful spectacle of carnage. she stab her eyes? A woman is slumped in one of the plastic chairs that lines the platform. Her head is tilted, her suit jacket stained with red. A thick knife with a black grip protrudes from the side of her neck. A bubbling river of vital fluid cascades around the shimmering blade and pools within her shirt collar. Even with her face masked by blood, it doesn't take more than a few seconds to recognize her identity. Kotomi Ida. Dead.
Oh, shit.
So she killed 4 people and then herself? That's whack. I swing around and take in the entire view of the platform. Counting up the bodies in the path of slaughter, my mind pieces together a theoretical scenario. Kotomi waited as the train doors opened, knife drawn, the knife she retrieved from locker 6644. When the first person stepped out of the train, she stabbed him and left him for dead. The body that I first saw, lying on the edge of the platform, is perfectly aligned next to the train to fit this theory. In a panic, Kotomi would have attempted to flee. She bumped into her second victim, the young woman slumped against the vending machine, and cut her down desperately to make her escape. Judging by the wound on Kotomi's own body, I would assume the 2 businessmen lying face down tried to apprehend her. They must have sustained fatal wounds before finally managing to wrest the knife away and plunge it into Kotomi's neck. Oh, okay. It's all just speculation, but I'm fairly confident that's how this whole event played out. It was probably over in less than 60 seconds. And it couldn't have worked out better for me. I never dared hope that Kotomi would meet her end once this plan had been set into motion. I would have been satisfied with her simply skipping town. I feel my legs weakening under my weight, and I'm afraid I might buckle at any second. The waves of radiating heat spreading through my body are causing me to tremble and shake. There's so much blood. It's everywhere. I've seen it in countless photos, and thought I had become desensitized to it. But maybe I was wrong. Seeing blood in real life is completely different. I feel faint and pale and excited and aroused. I need to get out of here before the police arrive. More importantly, I need to get away. I need to get away before I collapse in a sweaty heap of lust and pleasure. I turn on my heel and sprint down the rising escalator as fast as my quivering legs will permit. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Oh, just going back to tomorrow. Nope, no big deal.
Oh my god.
Another morning fueled by coffee. Once again, I didn't manage to get much sleep last night. I want to say it's not my fault, but I know that's not entirely true. The grisly visage of all those slain people on the train platform was burned into my mind's eye. Every time I started to drift off to sleep, a splash of blood or a fleck of gore would appear in my thoughts and I would snap awake again. And the sight of Kotomi Ida with a knife sticking out of her neck made me shiver more than a few times. Nevertheless, I'm here now at the office as usual. Witnessing violence on that level, in person, was a different experience than I had expected it to be. However, it has helped steel my resolve. I'll need to desensitize myself to that kind of carnage if I'm to continue with Corpse Girl's ambitions. I set down the second empty can of coffee on my desk and lean back in my chair. I catch a glimpse of Tomoe tapping away on her keyboard, completely oblivious to what went down last night. There was a news broadcast regarding the event, of course, but the finer details of what occurred have been kept under wraps. It'll probably take the police and the media a little more time to get the story straight. It's not often that a mass killing spree takes over the news, and whether or not the identities of those involved will be revealed is beyond me. For now, I'll assume that Tomoe is in the dark about the event. I don't take her as the kind of girl to be up to date on current events. Even if she did hear about the stabbings, she couldn't possibly know that Kotomi was the culprit. I should probably fill her in later, though. She'll want to know that Corpse Girl claimed her victim, even if it was in kind of a roundabout way. I stretch my arms above my head, let out a small sigh, and proceed to crack open a third can of coffee before getting back to work.
You got a minute?
Shit, yeah. I wanted to speak to you anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, you go first.
For sure. Well, I wanted to thank you for killing Kotomi Ida. I don't know how you did it, but thanks.
Huh? How did you know she died?
Oh, come on. She didn't come in today, right? And there was that brutal stabbing incident over at the station last night.
Smiling, you know what I credit for.
I think Noriko's not dumb. I think she's just full of herself. Is the issue?
Yeah, that might be a little more accurate. I think I would agree with that. She's full of herself and thinks little of others.
Yeah, and because she constantly underestimates others, people keep surprising her.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. That would make more sense for what we've seen of her.
It don't take a genius to put 3 and 3 together. That shit went down so close to here, where we spend so much of our time. Chances were good that it affects someone you know.
I shake my head at her logic. This city is home to more people than you could count. I don't know how she came to that conclusion, but the fact that she's actually correct just blows my mind.
Well, yeah. I guess that's it then.
I'm thankful. For serious. And Corpse Girl really did me and Shinya's solid. If there's ever anything you need, like, no matter how dirty, then count me in. I owe ya.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
Sure. So, like, what'd you want to say to me?
Oh, I was going to tell you that Kotomi is dead.
Beat you to it, skank! But I got a question or two. How'd you get someone to go on a killing spree and take Kotomi out along with the others? I mean, it wasn't you going around stabbing people, was it?
No, of course not.
Oh?
It kind of happened outside my control. I sent Kotomi a photo of her corpse, just like Corpse Girl's standard mode of operation, and I gave her the instructions to kill someone, if she didn't want the circumstances of the photo to come true.
Holy shit.
She kinda ran with it, I guess. Seems like she took out 4 people before someone fought back and stabbed her. I think I'm in love with her, to be honest.
You weird slut! That's horrible!
What can I say? She went above and beyond.
Still, thanks. Really. Shinya will be stoked.
That's okay. I'm just doing Corpse Girl's job. Where is Shinya, anyway?
Oh, he was in earlier. Went home a bit early because he wasn't feeling well. Think it was just because he was dreading running into Kotomi, but... well, he'll sort himself out soon enough. You know, Noriko, you've changed a lot.
I have?
Totes. I mean, I know you act different around me now that we're friends, but it's more than that. You look, I don't know, kind of better? Healthy or something?
Oh. I didn't know about that.
Serious, though. I don't know. Maybe I just see it different now that I know who you really are.
Maybe.
Anyway, I'm gonna get going. You wanna grab a bite or something?
Not today, sorry. Maybe another time?
Sure thing. Right. See you, skank!
Tomoe slaps my shoulder affectionately and takes off toward the train station. If I remember correctly, she did say that she'd be happy to help me out in the future, no matter how dirty the work is. I'll definitely have to take her up on the offer if the need arises. Another interesting thought crosses my mind. Tomoe seems kind of surprised that I managed to manipulate Kotomi into going on a killing spree. To be honest, I'm also amazed I managed to pull that off. Which gets me thinking, would it be possible to manipulate more people in the future? After all, I came out of last night's ordeal with 500,000 yen in cash and a bunch of bodies claimed in Corpse Girl's name. It's a fascinating prospect. There might be something to this. If I can successfully pull the right strings, Corpse Girl's ultimate ambition might be fulfilled sooner than I thought. I continue to dwell on the unlimited possibilities as I make my way to the station. Standing on the train platform, and thankfully not the same one from last night, which has been temporarily closed, I stare into space, completely lost in thought. I start to wonder how Kojiro is getting on with finding us a suitable location. This girl is like psychic, I think. As I fantasize about having an abandoned warehouse or factory to call our own, my phone cries out desperately for attention. I retrieve it from my handbag and glance at the screen. Kojiro is requesting a noise voice chat. I absent-mindedly wonder if he read my mind and knew I was thinking about him as I answered the call.
Hello.
Want to see the place?
No greeting, huh?
Sauce. Hi. Want to see the place?
I miss this guy.
What if I'm busy right now?
Are you?
Sauce.
Yeah.
Busy?
No.
Wow.
Anyway, want to see the place?
Just say yes, Noriko.
I roll my eyes and decide to just go along with it. After all, I am dying to move ahead and see what kind of location he has secured for our work.
Yep. Where is it?
Bad. Shin Okubo, behind K-Town. An abandoned factory. Just what you wanted.
Shin Okubo. That's suspiciously convenient.
Why?
I work in Shinjuku. It's just one station away on my train line.
Okay, I'm heading there now. You in?
I'm in. How do I get to the factory from the station?
Exit the station to Okubodori. That's K-Town proper. I'll message you the full address.
Okay, got it. Just head through Koreatown. I'll be there soon.
Bad. Bye.
Kojiro ends the call and I immediately receive a message with the factory's address. Seems easy enough to get to.
I kind of love their relationship.
No, I do too. It's major vibes. But for some reason I feel energetic. I actually feel enthused about it. Maybe it's because I haven't been hidden away at home all day. I've been at work around other people. Perhaps that helps me acclimate to the concept of going somewhere new. And the chances of someone sneaking up behind me and strangling me in broad daylight are pretty slim, I think. As I put my phone away, the train pulls up to the platform. The same train that was going to take me home will take me to Shin Okuba. It's the very next stop from here. I'm a little wary of how convenient this is turning out to be. Could be Kojiro's luring me into a trap, but I don't know. I think he genuinely wants to be involved with Corpse Girl's work. I board the train and stand by the doors, ready to disembark at the next station. The abandoned factory is almost exactly how I imagined it would be. Tall, broad, foreboding. Eroded and worn down, with brick walls and steel sheeting covered with thick layers of black exhaust. Gigantic metal pipes protrude from within and wrap around the exterior, only to re-enter through vents here and there. A series of ventilation shafts and chimneys line the roof, but they don't release even a single puff of smoke. This place has been shut down for a long, long time. The front entrance is located at the rear of a small parking lot. It's a simple steel door that's been chained up and padlocked. Further along the side of the building is a loading dock, an expanse of asphalt that leads to a concrete path and a giant roller door. Hiccups, dang. In the dock sits a derelict van covered in a brown tarpaulin.
This place is amazing.
You haven't seen inside yet.
Oh, casual. Oh my god. Where's your shirt, sir? Why is it so low cut? Who's the skank now? I glance toward the steel door, securely chained shut, and wonder if anyone has entered within the last decade. Okay, this is random, going back to the shirt. He looks like the kind of guy that would have a very hairy chest, and he doesn't, and it's throwing me off.
That would have what? Chest hair?
Yeah, a very hairy chest, and he doesn't, and it's throwing me off. Like, I think it's the face scruff, maybe, that's making me feel like he should, but I don't know, it's throwing me off.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay, I'm glad you see it a little too.
Mm-hmm.
If Kojiro has checked out the inside, then he did well covering his tracks.
How do we get in?
Around here.
I follow his lead as he walks around toward the corner of the building. A steel railing bars our path, but he swiftly hurdles over it and continues down the side of the factory. I take a minute to climb the railing, making sure not to twist an ankle as I stick the landing on the other side. Girl, if you broke an ankle, you'd be out for the rest of the month. Actually, sorry, that's like normal time to like recover from like an ankle problem. Like, you'd be out for the rest of the year. Kojiro points to an open window. Thankfully, there seems to be enough of a gap for someone as large as Kojiro to slip through. I shouldn't have an issue getting in either, despite my thin, heavy-set frame. Girl!
Yeah, she's
Get help!
all over the place.
Please! Do you understand the oxymoron that you just...
Yeah.
Oh my god, she needs help desperately.
She's batty.
He slides in first and I quickly follow. And with that, I find myself inside the factory. The place is huge. It's an open plan design, and it's pretty much empty. A few stray pieces of odd machinery line one wall. A small forklift, a pallet jack, and a bunch of buckets and mops catch my attention. All of this could be useful for our little operation. A number of iron workbenches are piled up in a stack. They look heavy and rusted, but they would probably make good tables for roasting corpses on. Aside from those miscellaneous items, the factory is essentially bare. The concrete floor is in bad shape, cracked and worn from probably 50 years of use. The thick brick walls are scorched in some places and dented in others. Still...
It's perfect.
Thanks. Figured you'd approve.
How did you know about this place?
Kojiro doesn't answer immediately. His eyes turn to the stupendously high ceiling with its array of glass sunlights beaming down upon us. After a minute, he turns back to me.
Dad used to work here.
Oh. His dad?
What did he do here?
This place used to manufacture steel fencing. Chain link fences, barbed wire, chicken mesh, that kind of thing.
Huh, I see.
A lot of that is imported now. There's still an industry here, but Dad couldn't compete. Went out of business maybe a dozen years ago.
Oh.
Died about a month later.
He died?
That's how it goes.
I'm sorry.
We weren't close. Well, could have been closer.
So, how come no one else bought the factory?
Look around. It's a dump. Who'd want it? Cost a fortune to fix or rebuild. Wonder if it was waiting for us.
Yeah. I wonder.
It definitely all seems too good to be true. But this is the real deal. This is our factory now.
Going half on this, right?
Right.
Okay. Good. Welcome home then. Or something.
Let's work well together.
Roger that.
I've entered an unlikely partnership with Kojiro. We have obtained a base of operations, safe from prying eyes. The next step is to fill this factory with corpses and carry on with Corpse Girl's grand scheme.
Thanks for accompanying me home.
No problem. Should I come upstairs?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay. By the way, when are we starting work?
Well, as soon as I...
Oh. No grand heist from the morgue first?
Another request for a death.
Think about it. It's important that the cadavers I use match the details of my victims. I won't know what kind of cadaver to use until I receive a photo of the victim.
Can't just be grabbing corpses willy-nilly.
Guess that makes sense. What's the big plan anyway? How do we lift corpses from the morgue?
Oh, I forgot she was still figuring that out. I had a feeling he would ask about this sooner or later. I did tell them that I had a perfect idea after all.
I imagine the biggest issue is writing off the bodies, so to speak. If a cadaver goes missing or is unaccounted for, there will be an investigation. Am I right?
Guess so.
We need to be able to take the bodies away from the morgue without anyone ever knowing they're gone. So, the solution is simple. We only take the cadavers that are due to be cremated.
I kind of figured as much.
Okay, wise guy. The delivery company picks up the cremains nearly every day.
Huh? Cremains?
That's what the ashes are called.
Oh, right.
So what do we hand over? Empty canisters?
It's simple. Fake ashes.
Yeah, right. Fake ashes. Like I just have those lying around.
Kojiro stops mid-sentence and stares straight at me.
Huh. Might be onto something.
Don't tell me you do have those lying around.
Oh my gosh.
Not fake ashes. Real cremains. Bodies are cremated every day. Wouldn't be hard to take a bit off the top.
Huh?
Could probably get away with like a quarter?
I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Sauce. Every time someone gets cremated, I'll collect a quarter of the ashes, store them, put them aside. Won't take long to fill up a whole canister.
Let me see if I follow you. You gather up a little bit of ash from every cadaver that gets cremated. Whenever we want to hoist a body from the morgue, we use the previously gathered ashes to fill a canister. We slap a label on it that says, "These are the remains of so-and-so." Then we take so-and-so out of the morgue. We record that their body has been cremated, when in reality, it's been snatched from the morgue. I imagine the canister of ashes just gets picked up with all the others going out on the same day.
Pretty much. We also put a token in the canister.
A token?
Like a dog tag. Has the cadaver's serial number engraved on it. Normally attached to the body before cremation. They don't burn. Lets the cremains be identified later.
Huh, I see. Can we get our hands on those tokens?
Sure. The bodies we're lifting from the morgue are due for cremation anyway. I can get the tokens engraved without a hitch. Proper serial numbers and all.
Okay, good. This is getting complicated, though. There's quite a bit we have to remember to do.
Don't worry. I'll take you through it when we need to. Most importantly, I'll need to start gathering portions of cremains. Need to have those collected in advance.
Yeah. Thanks. Really.
No props. But big question remains.
What's that?
How do we move cadavers out of the morgue? Ever tried lifting a stiff? Not easy. And you're no bodybuilder. No offense.
None taken?
Look, security in the joint is minimal. I'm there alone like 90% of the time. We don't have to worry too much about getting busted. As long as we cover our tracks, of course, and only take cadavers we've written off, as you put it. Bodies nobody will come looking for.
Hang on. Are there security cameras, alarm systems, anything like that?
See, now I'm wondering if the guard that she leeches the Wi-Fi off of is gonna be there, and she's gonna go come pick up a body, and he's gonna be like, "Why the fuck are you here?"
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Don't think so. Plenty in the hospital proper, though.
That's fine. As long as the morgue is clear.
Still,
He picks up like
answer my
odd
question.
jobs, right? Or am I
How do we
remembering
move
that?
the bodies?
I'm trying to remember. I feel like they said he mostly works at night, but I don't remember what they said he does. So maybe it is odd jobs. So it could just be like he's not there all the time, but maybe at the wrong time. Enough to cause her a problem, maybe.
Maybe.
You got a hearse? A truck?
No, but surely we could get something. What about a small van?
You got a license?
No.
Need a driver's license. And not just that, needs to be suitable for a van. A medium vehicle license, I think.
Oh, I don't have a license, but surely driving a van can't be that hard, right?
Oh, Jesus.
We could just rent a van and wing it.
You're right about her being full of herself. She just thinks she can just get away with all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Can't even rent one without a license.
Okay then. Do you have the right license?
Don't look at me. Never driven a vehicle in my life.
I forget that in Japan it's not common to like, it's as like America.
It's like a pain in the ass to get a license in Japan.
Whereas like it's a bonus if you can, but it's not like necessary. Whereas like in America, if you don't have a license, and especially if you don't drive, you're considered like an outcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me neither.
Great. So this is a bus.
They come all this way and they get defeated by government bureaucracy.
Yeah.
I put my head in my hands. We got so far. We secured a factory, planted our heist, and
Hang on.
I whipped my phone out of my bag and skimmed through my noise contacts. I'd prefer to text than call, but I'm too impatient right now to wait for a response. Does Tomoe have a license?
Ooh. Accomplice number 3?
Yeah.
Number 2?
Well, I guess, yeah, if we're the main person and Koji is an accomplice, then this is accomplice number 2. Third person involved overall.
Mm-hmm.
I started a voice chat request and wait for the recipient to answer.
Hey, Skank, what up?
Mm-hmm.
Tomoe, hey, you got a sec?
Sure.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yep. No car, though.
Okay, what kind of vehicle is your license good for?
Like cars and scooters.
Not vans.
I mean, I don't think so.
I curse under my breath.
Yo, what's the problem? You need a lift or something?
Not quite. I need to, pick something up.
Oh, something big? Is that why you need a van?
Yeah?
I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. I can't even rent a van with my license.
Yeah, I know.
I shoot a deathly glance at Kojiro and he just shrugs a look of I told you so on his face.
I mean, if you're desperate, you could just buy a van.
Huh?
I see secondhand vans listed for sale all the
She
time.
did just get 500,000 yen.
In the classified
She did.
I know she was hoping to like use it for rent and shit, but like, I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know the conversion
How
rate.
could a secondhand van be, you know?
Yeah, like I know the conversion rate's a little weird, but like even if you just think like $5,000 ish, because I know it's usually take 2 zeros off about. You could easily get just like a secondhand one that like somebody randomly is selling in America. So surely a van would be, and I mean in Japan would be the same way.
Mm-hmm. No one will check for a license on a private sale. It's just one chump selling a van to another chump.
Holy shit. You're right. You're a genius.
Well, I don't know about that.
I love Tomoe.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, you wouldn't object to a driving gig, would you?
I do owe you one, I suppose. You want me to drive a van, though? If I get busted on my license, I'll go to prison.
You won't go to prison. It'll be a fine at most, I think.
I don't. I look at Kojiro and he gives me another shrug. This whole thing is just, let's see.
Look, if you get a fine, I'll pay for it. That cool?
Yeah, what the hell? What are the chances of getting busted anyway, right? Can you text me the deets or whatever? The address and stuff? Shinya just got to my place, so I gotta get the door.
Okay, will do. Thanks, Tomoe.
She's saying this like they have it set up right now. Like, they don't need a body right now anyways, so like...
Better to have and not need.
I guess.
Sure.
I feel like she could have said, I don't need it right now, but I'll let you know when it's due at least. Because now I feel like Tomoe is going to be expecting it to happen any second.
Maybe she gets her a convenient request like right now.
That's true, actually, now that I say that. That's true. I end the call and feel a wave of excitement flooding through me.
You get all that?
More or less. You girls sure are loud.
Sorry. So, I'll need you to do me a favor.
Buy a van, right?
Yeah. You're a big, strong man. You won't get ripped off. I'm just a poor little girl.
Cut it out. I'll do it. But you got the money?
As a matter of fact.
I finally remember swindling a cool 500,000 yen from Kotomi Ida just this week.
We've got a 500,000 budget. Will that do?
Maybe. Can't get you anything modern, but I'm sure it's enough.
Great. You think you can get something tomorrow?
I'll try. The Noise Marketplace, right?
That's right.
Well, no promises. I'll do my best.
Thank you. Really.
Yeah. Okay. I'm heading off. Unless you actually do want me to come upstairs.
No.
Damn. He's trying so hard.
He's trying.
Big simp energy.
Roger that. See you tomorrow. Probably.
Not simp, I don't think.
I don't know how else to describe it. Because it's not quite simp, but it's like...
He's interested.
Yeah.
She's like... a lesbian? Question mark?
Yeah, that's never clear. Like, she's definitely into girls, but it's never been clear if she's only been into that. Well, because she was saying that she needed to move on, and she was like, I don't know, none of these people really interest me, but she mentioned Tomoe, Shinya, and Kojiro as options. Right. So, she's probably bi or pan, or just doesn't give a shit about labels.
Right. That tracks.
Kojiro turns with little more than a wave, exits the building, and crosses the street. I quickly ascend the stairs with a slight spring in my step. I'm more eager than usual to get the day started. When I get out of bed, I take my medication just like usual. I've been good at keeping up with it lately, sticking to my newfound convictions. I wash down the towels with a glass of water. After getting dressed, I put on my makeup. The same morning routine, the same movements, the same actions. But I feel good today. I'm not dragging my feet. I'm happy that things are moving forward, both for me and for Corpse Girl. As I'm packing my handbag, I receive a call from Aoi. Aoi. I haven't spoken to her for a little while. In fact, the last time we spoke, I think it was way back when she didn't come into the office for her first day of work. It was nearly 2 weeks ago. Shit, I really dropped the ball. I was supposed to be trying to look after her, but I've been so caught up with my own crap. In addition, I've been actively trying to put her out of my mind in order to get over my feelings for her. But now I feel like I've just neglected the poor girl at a time when she needs me the most. I hurriedly answer the call, too guilty to keep her waiting any longer.
Aoi! Hey, Noriko? I'm so glad you called. I've been a terrible friend. I haven't kept in touch with with you. No, it's okay. Really, I've been busy. I should have called you earlier. Seriously, I'm sorry. It's okay.
Did you want to talk to me about something?
Yes. Well, I think so.
Please, you can talk to me about anything. I'm Noriko, remember?
Yes, that's true.
I wonder if that line...
So, I wanted to ask...
I wonder if that line means something else in Japanese. I'm also wondering if this is localized or if English was the first language. I don't know what this studio...
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like I looked it up, and I think, like... Because it's... What's the... River Crow Studios is based out of...
Australia, I think?
Something like that. It's not America, but it's like something that seemed to me that was like more US, I feel like.
America's...
Well, I don't know. They have a lot of how to learn Japanese. Oh, yeah, it is Australia.
I don't know. Australia is closer to Japan than to America, but, like, they are an English-speaking country colonized by Europe.
Yeah.
So, like...
I don't know. So while I was here, I clicked on that How to Date a Magical Girl that Emmy suggested, and the tagline is romance, drama, horror. These three seasonings combine to create a compelling visual novel experience that simply has to be seen to believed. And one of the pictures is like a silhouette of a girl, I think. It's not her, it's like the silhouette, like a shadow on the wall, and she's got her arms stretched out in like a crucifix-like pose. And there's, like, spikes on the wall and blood there, but it's just the shadow. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of freaky. We might have to check this one out.
It's on the list.
Yeah, thanks. Emmy was not lying. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. It might be intended differently, but it's kind of a weird line.
I'm Noriko, remember? It just seems like I don't know.
Do you think that's, like, a herself actualization kind of problem, or is that like a relationship thing between her and Aoi?
I think I could be wrong. I understand if I was wrong, but I think it's a relationship thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I still don't know. I'm very curious, like, what exactly, if we'll get anything more about their history. Because Aoi's kind of a big question mark in this whole thing so far still.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of something called...
Oh, here we go.
Corpse Girl's website?
Aoi knows about Corpse Girl?
Yeah, I've heard rumors. Really? Wow. So, does it really exist?
Apparently, yeah.
I couldn't find any solid information
you have,
about it. What
you
is
have
it?
2 co-workers that have died to Corpse Girl. You could very easily tell her, yeah, she's real.
Yeah,
she's real. You can use her to solve your problems. For sure.
Yeah.
Well...
And I would think that if anybody was gonna know her fucking best friend that she's in love with...
Yeah.
She'd be cool with telling her, I don't know. How do I explain this to her? Should I explain this to her? Aoi's so sweet and I guess that's fair. And innocent. Does she need to know about a website designed to conjure the omnipresent specter of death?
It's all just hearsay. I wouldn't take it too seriously.
God damn it. Noriko.
But I want to know.
Well, people say that you can use the site to request somebody's death.
Requested death? But how? How does it work?
Really, I don't know. I've heard that the victim receives a photo of their own corpse. The photo is supposedly sent from the future.
Whoa. Really? That sounds like something from a manga.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
How convenient.
Have you ever used the website?
Of course not, silly. What kind of person do you think I am?
Sorry.
Why are you so excited about this anyway?
Oh, no reason. I kind of just like weird stuff like this.
You do?
You do not. I know
yeah.
I never knew that.
I was about to say, that's a bold-faced lie.
You don't know everything about me.
Why are they both lying to each other? Why are they lying to each other?
I don't know.
Yes, I know Corpse Girl is real. Hey, I want to use Corpse Girl's website to kill my stalker. Because killing him would be more convenient than arresting him.
Mm-hmm.
This is a simple exchange that could happen.
Quite literally, yes. Oh my god. Even through the phone, I can sense that Aoi is in a happier mood than usual. Her cheery voice gives me a sense of nostalgia, and I think back to the time we spent together in school.
Don't go using the site, okay? It's not good to mess with labs like that. Don't worry. I wouldn't use something so scary. I just heard about it, and, well, I got kind of curious is all. Alright. By the way,
why are they lying to each
how
other?
is everything?
I feel like,
Are you still working at the maid cafe?
on one hand, it would be an easy solution, but I feel like Noriko might know Aoi enough to know that she'd probably, if she requested the death, she'd probably be eaten up by guilt at least a little bit. Because she does seem like that. Like, maybe, like, I don't know. It's, at the end of the day, it would be her choice to do it or not. But I feel like Noriko probably would want to protect her from that.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. And that customer of yours? He's still around. You're not in trouble, are you? No.
A light suddenly switches on in my mind, and I realize why Aoi was asking about Corpse Girl's website.
Aoi? You're not thinking about requesting that guy's death, are you? Aoi?
Don't guilt
You
her.
told me that you
For
didn't even
real.
want to get the police involved. Now you want him dead? It's not what you think. Oh, if he
It's
dies,
more convenient.
it won't be because of me, right? Then
Correct.
the
Yeah.
rest of my family won't know I was involved. They won't disown me or think less of me. Aoi, look, I'm not going to go ahead with it, okay? Besides, you don't even believe the site works. So...
I feel terrible for Aoi. Part of me wants to scream for her to do it, to request that asshole's death and let me, or Corpse Girl, take care of him. But part of me knows that she can't handle it. She would be crushed with guilt if he really did die.
Yeah.
She's delicate and emotional. Being responsible for the death of a human being, a family member at that, would devastate her. Hansel, yeah! Yeah, I tripped up there. That's the problem with your brain reading ahead, is it tries to combine words, so she's gonna...
You can't cancel it or Gretel it.
Yeah.
Aoi, my best advice for you is to go to the police. Don't mess with requesting his death. Okay, I gotta go now.
I can see her pouting face in my mind, the face she makes when she doesn't get something she wants. She's not a childish. I've always had problems with my SHs ever since I was little. She's not a childish person, but her disappointment is often evident in her expressions.
See you soon, okay? Okay, bye.
She ends the call and I heave a sigh. I get the nagging feeling that she's going to do something rash, but really, can I blame her? That guy, whoever he is, has been harassing her for so long. It's only natural she'd be at her wit's end. So, if she makes the request, I'll take care of him. And if the guilt eats away at her, I'll be there to comfort her. It's the least I can do as her friend, Noriko. It's the least I can do as Corpse Girl. Yo, holy shit, I need to make sure to be watching y'all when I raid more often. I just jumped about 7 percentile in my parsing. Oh wow, really? Dang. Huh, that's interesting. No, just what
Oh.
TLDR, I play good while listening to y'all. Huh. Well, I mean, I'll be glad to take credit of it.
Is it the spooky shit or the banter, you think?
Oh, I don't know. What are you play? I know rating can be like a lot of different things. What are you playing that you're rating on? The vibes. Fair. Oh, Fifth. You can't see. I've been thinking about getting into Final Fantasy 14 because it's not really my shit, but like, I don't know. I miss having kind of something to just hop on every once in a while and play. Like, I used to be really into Genshin, and I feel like that might satisfy my craving for that, but then I also worry that I would get too hyperfixated, and I don't have the time for that sometimes. So, if you need a guild, I got a good one. That's very kind. Thank you. I have a lot of, not a lot of friends. I have a few friends that play it, and they seem to really like it, but I don't know. I haven't bit the bullet yet.
I've got a few friends that play it. I'm not into it myself, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn on it because like I've never played a Final Fantasy game before, so I mean I know it's not the same as like your normal Final Fantasy stuff, but I don't know. Well, anyways, that's
flavored MMO.
Yeah, that seems accurate. But we'll totally take credit for helping you raid better. As I resume getting ready for work, I can't help but replay the conversation in my head. Aoi definitely seemed excited about the prospect of Corpse Girl's website being the real deal. Excited, eager, filled with anticipation, that same dizzying feeling I get whenever I'm waiting for a victim's death. Waiting for a victim's death. And then it hits me, and I immediately realize why Aoi was so excited, why she called me in an uncharacteristically talkative mood. She wanted my opinion on Corpse Girl's operation. She wanted affirmation. Confirmation. She wanted reassurance that her victim really is going to perish. She doesn't know that I'm Corpse Girl. She simply wanted a knowledgeable friend to confirm if the rumors are true. Because she has already submitted her victim's photo to the website. Oh no. She can't wait to find out if he's going to die. Throwing my hand back to the floor, I grab my laptop from the bed. It's right where I left it before falling asleep last night. I boot it up and log into Corpse Girl's website. The little blinking notification that I dream about seeing greets me. 3 new requests! Holy shit.
3 new requests? How?
Oh, one of these is her sister, one of these is Emmy, and one of them is the stalker, I bet. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I quickly queue up the photos to download. Yeah! Well...
Oh, shit!
Huh.
No. All of these are from her sister. All of these are...
Those
are all the
interesting.
She's tying up loose ends.
Yeah. So, I would assume this means then that later today, she'll log in and Emmy will have sent her sister in.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe soon, Aoi will submit the stalker. Because she was saying to Emmy, she was like, I wonder if it works. So that means she probably hasn't requested it yet. So we're getting close to what we saw in the prologue. After a few seconds, they all open up, and I flick through them with a dumbfounded expression plastered across my face. They're all female, so that rules out my theory that Aoi has requested the death of the guy harassing her. I suppose she really was just excited about the prospect of the website, but hadn't actually gone through with anything yet. But what really surprises me about the new request is that I recognize one of the young women, yet another person I'm familiar with. Out of all the people in the world, what are the chances of knowing multiple people requested through the website? The girl is Emi Katsuno, if I remember correctly. She went to senior high school with Aoi, Shinya, and myself. I never liked her much. In fact, she was somewhat of a bully toward me. Nothing more than name-calling, but in my mind, that's as bad as anything else. It's not hard to imagine someone wanting her dead. The other 2 victims are strangers to me. A ditzy-looking airhead with pink hair, and a worn-out, strained woman who could be anywhere from 20 to 40. To get 3 requests all at once is remarkable. How am I going to work through all of these? It's a shame that my operation with Kojiro isn't fully set up yet. It would be fantastic to go all out on these requests, secure some corpses, and take some truly convincing photos. Well, there's no use stressing over that. The best thing I can do is simply get to work on forging some photos. In fact, maybe I'll skip work today so I can dedicate the time to crafting these photos. It's Friday after all. It's pretty much the weekend. No one will care if I don't show up at the office. I nod to myself as if convincing my own mind that I'm making the right choice. I load up the database of the deceased. You're just gonna no-call, no-show? I step outside my... What were you saying?
No-call, no-show is kind of sus.
A little bit, yeah. It'd be one thing to just be like, sick, but... I don't know. I step outside my apartment building, squinting in order to defend myself from the overwhelming rays of sunlight assaulting my eyes. As narrow as my vision is, I'm able to determine that Kojiro is nowhere to be seen. Where is he? Once again, he's making me wait. As I mumble under my breath, I hear the screeching of tires and watch in disbelief as a van pulls up outside my apartment building. Oh, Tomoe is already there. It's a beat-up old thing that may have once been white, but is now covered in grime. The windows are either tinted or encrusted with dirt. To my surprise, the window on the passenger side lowers, and I see some familiar faces. Next to Kojiro, in the driver's seat, is none other than Tomoe. She's waving and grinning like a lunatic.
Hey, skank!
So, how's this?
My face must reveal my fury because Kojiro flinches before I can even respond.
Where did you even get this piece of shit?
Why are you mad? This is literally what you wanted!
Fine.
Oh my god!
Standards are so high for someone who...
For real! It doesn't even look that bad! I don't know what that graffiti is, but... it's literally perfect.
Some guy.
Some guy? What guy?
That's some guy from the Noise Marketplace. Only wanted $250 for it. So, here's
We'll
the
see.
other half of your money back.
There you go.
You're welcome.
He holds up the paper bag I gave him earlier. It seems to still have a bit of weight to it. When Kojiro showed up at my apartment earlier this morning, he told me he'd found a great deal in a van. I had a good feeling about it, and I handed him the money to go and secure the vehicle. However, he mentioned that he needed a driver to haul it back. He asked me to call Tomoe for assistance. Thankfully, Tomoe agreed to help, and the opportunity to leave the office was good enough for her. I never expected her and Kojiro to come back driving a death trap on wheels.
Unbelievable.
You're not even the... it's the...
You're not even the
We're going to
driver.
die in
Exactly.
this thing. Are we?
Who knows?
It has AC!
See? There you go.
Great. Did you ask the guy if anyone has ever been murdered in it?
What do you care? It's gonna see a
I was
lot
gonna
of
say,
people
says the
live
fucking
on it.
corpse girl. She's got a point, but I still don't feel good about it.
We're picking up corpses in this thing.
It's important. And you owe me one, remember?
That shit's gross. I don't mind driving, but come on. Ugh, whatever. As long as I don't have to touch nothing.
I'm doing the heavy lifting. Don't worry.
Tomoe leans over to Kojiro and squeezes past him awkwardly to speak to me in a hushed voice.
Who is this weirdo anyway? When you said you wanted me to go pick up a van, I thought you'd put me in decent company.
Sorry.
He's
my
fine.
business partner.
He's not any weirder than anybody else on this team, so hush it.
This is all for corpse girl shit, right? Well, whatever. I'm cool with it. Just hope this dude
He's
doesn't
actually
try to
the normal
cut
one,
me.
TM.
Yeah, comparatively. And I say that as a Tomoe fan. She pulls back and gives Kojiro some air.
Anyway, get in.
Huh? Why?
Going to the morgue.
Hang on. I haven't planned anything yet. You want to do this now?
If not now, when?
Any other time, after I've had a chance to get organized.
You have requests, right?
Yeah, 3, actually.
Right. So let's go get some bodies that match.
But you haven't even had time to put aside any ashes. You were gonna collect a little from each cremation and put them aside and...
Already done.
Seriously?
Worked night shift last night. Got like 3
Damn.
or 4 canisters saved up. You said you've got 3 requests? Well, how convenient.
But...
This operation was your idea. You want to do it or not?
I'm just not ready. Kojiro thinks he can just rock up to my place and take me to the morgue, somewhere I've never been. Something about that sentence was very funny. I've had no time to prepare myself, no time to even think about it. Visiting the factory yesterday left me feeling pretty exhausted. Having to tackle another new place today is simply too much to ask.
I told you I'd guide you through the process, right? There's nothing to worry about.
You don't understand. I've never been to the morgue before.
What is this, like a metaphor? Tomoe shoots me a quizzical look from behind Kojiro.
You nervous? I think I understand. For me, it's the most relaxing place on Earth. My little sanctuary.
Really?
Sure. No one to talk to me, no one to bother me. Unless you count the dead, of course.
I I suppose that's true.
And you won't be alone. You've got me and this chick.
It's Tomoe. Thank you very much.
Right. Sauce.
I think, honestly, I think the CG is kind of cute. Just Tomoe is kind of just like, hey. I take a deep breath and brace myself for the next thing I'm about to say.
Okay. Let's go.
Kojiro is right. Everything will be okay. I need to get used to going to the morgue. It's a new place, but it's going to be an essential place. I tell myself that this is all for Corpse Girl, for me, for us. Kojiro pulls the van's sliding door open, and I take a careful step inside. Spoopy. The morgue is a lot colder than I imagined it would be. I berate myself for not bringing a sweater, but there's nothing I can do about it now. The place has an icy, otherworldly feel to it. It's depressing and clinical and devoid of hope. And then there's the stench. It's not as overwhelming as I feared it might be, but it lingers and claws at my senses. It clings inside my nostrils and mouth and the very interior of my skull. It's very easy to understand why Kojiro's clothes always smell like this place. Once the odor gets a grip on you, it doesn't let go.
Honey, I'm home.
A poor joke and poor taste, even for Kojiro. I feel like I'm going to vomit. Even Tomoe is looking a bit paler than normal. I'm surprised she accompanied us inside after she spent the whole drive over insisting that she would stay in the van.
They store bodies in here?
Of course. See all these lockers? They're cold chambers. Pretty much all of them are full. A body in each.
Fucking disgusting.
Noriko?
Yeah?
I keep things in order around here. Chambers on the left wall are cadavers due for cremation.
And what about the lockers on the right wall?
No touchy-touchy. They're new arrivals or they're being collected for some reason or other. Autopsy, funeral, etc.
Got it. So, we can only make use of the cadavers in the lockers on the left wall.
That's a bingo.
I listlessly wander over to the left wall. There must be dozens of cold chambers in here, all lined up in neat rows. Some doors are slightly ajar, and peeking inside reveals that they're empty, but the vast majority are sealed tight, the occupants within sleeping soundly.
Hey, question.
Shoot.
How do I know who is in each locker? Like, if I wanted to get an old woman's corpse, do I just have to search blindly?
Nah.
Okay. Then what do I do?
Come here.
I walk over to Kojiro and follow him to a large computer monitor mounted on the far wall. He taps on a little panel inset in the wall, and a shelf pops out, revealing a keyboard and mouse.
Familiar with databases?
Somewhat.
Perhaps all my data entry experience at Temujin will pay off here.
It's pretty simple anyway. Live database contains the current inventory items.
Ew. Well, you refer to these bodies as inventory items?
What would you call them?
Well, like, they used to be real people and shit, right? Why not show some respect?
I don't understand. They're cadavers.
I put a trembling hand on Tomoe's shoulder. I want to comfort her, but the act of doing so is still alien to me.
Don't worry about him, Tomoe. He can be a bit insensitive.
He's a freak.
Wow. Ouch.
Tomoe scoffs and makes a gesture with her middle finger. I'm a little surprised that she's so bothered by this. It's kind of funny that she holds respect for the dead, but not so much for the living.
Okay. So, I can search this database for bodies that match my needs.
Yep. Just use the filters at the top. Not many categories, but it has the basics. Age range, gender, name. Not that that'll be useful to you. Actually, that's about it.
It's enough. It'll save some time at the very least.
Okay, so you want to hoist 3 bodies today, right? You said you have 3 requests?
Yeah, but this place is kind of overwhelming. I'm hesitant to bite off more than we can chew.
What's the game plan then?
How about we just take one body today? We'll take it back to the factory, work on it, and see how we go.
Works for me. Here, use the database.
Kojiro steps away from the monitor and indicates that I should use it. I rest my sweaty hands on the keyboard and feel the cold metal buttons sting my skin. A metal keyboard. It's very fitting for this cold, lifeless place. I have 3 requests currently in the works. I managed to get photos edited for all 3 of them, thanks to taking the day off from the office. There's Emi Katsuno, the bully I went to school with. Then there's the pink-haired girl and the woman that looked tired and worn out. I should try and find a cadaver that matches the appearance of one of those victims. I use the database's filter to search for females, and then I narrow down the age range to young adults. There are a lot of hits. Just how many people are entombed here anyway? I skim through the list of results. Since their names are meaningless to me, they might as well all be identical. But the column of data containing cold chamber identification codes is interesting. I point one of the results out to Kojiro.
Hey, how do I know what these numbers mean? This one here is 64AB. This one is number 31AA.
Ah, okay. Letters correspond to location. First letter refers to left wall or right wall. Second letter refers to top row or bottom row.
Give me an example.
Okay, this one? Number 64AB. The A means it's on the left wall and the B means it's on the bottom row.
Left wall. That's the side I can choose from, right? The body's due for cremation?
Yep.
So she could pick anything AA or AB.
So I could grab number 64AB if I wanted.
Up to you.
But this one here, let's see, number 98BA. Could I grab that?
No. The first letter is B, so that's on the right wall. No go. Not scheduled for cremation.
I think I get it. Thanks.
OMG, Kojiro's VA is Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. Yeah, I know. I looked into that, and it's crazy, because I would never have guessed that. Like, I love Zenitsu, but he's like a cowardly, sniveling little high-pitched guy. And this guy's like so deep. It threw me off when I first learned that. It's crazy. The range. I make a mental list of cold chambers on the left wall that fit my needs.
I'm going to start cracking open some of these sarcophagi.
Haha. That's a new one. Mad.
I hope that my nervousness isn't showing. I almost can't believe that I'm about to examine corpses in the flesh. Corpse Girl would be proud of me right now. As I walk over to the left wall of cold chambers, I catch a glimpse of Tomoe. She's standing by the exit, swiping on her phone as she taps her foot. I reach the first locker I want to look at.
Here we go.
There's a metal handle on the front of the chamber. It's paired with a release button, which I gather has to be pressed in at the same time as the handle is pulled forward. I grip the handle tightly, press the button, and pull with all my strength. A hiss echoes throughout the morgue as frigid, pressurized air billows out of the chamber. The door is now wide open, revealing the darkness within the locker. I peer inside. I can make out the shape of a body bag lying atop the sliding tray inside the locker.
I thought the body would slide out automatically.
No? It just pulled the tray out, like you'd pull out an oven tray.
I take a deep breath and grab the edge of the tray, then slide it out. Thankfully, the thick rollers along the bottom rail do most of the work, and once it has momentum, the tray slides all the way out of the chamber. My prize is revealed at last. A musty white body bag packed full with a decomposing corpse.
Now what?
Just unzip the HRP.
What?
Kojiro rolls his eyes.
The body bag. Unzip it, but cover your nose.
I do as I'm told. My left hand pinches my nostrils, and my right hand grips the tag attached to the bag zipper. He's Sonen in the FF7R Yuffie DLC. That's where I know him from. Oh, that's nice. I love that moment of realization when you're like, oh, do you know that?
Yeah. I haven't heard him in a while, but no, that was a good voice.
Interesting. I like that moment of realization when you're like, that's what I know him from. Yeah, I do not know Final Fantasy. But that makes sense. And this guy seems like he got a lot of work when I was like looking at his stuff.
Yeah. He's been around a few times.
I tug the tag down and drag it along the length of the bag, and the zip makes a familiar zzz sound, and I smell the decomposing corpse and vomit on the ground and fall to my knees trying to catch my vomit and hold my nose closed at the same time. Beautiful vomit CG. Tears well in my eyes, and I can't help but cry as the stench strikes me across the face again and again, and the river of bile and sick pouring down my clothes feels like a searing hot cattle prod against my skin. The side of the corpse in the bag flickers in my vision and sears itself into my retinas, and I can't get it out of my head even when I close my eyes, and I can't get it out of my head, and I can't not see it anymore. And I can't help but think of my own reflection and how much I resemble Noriko and Corpse Girl and the corpse in the bag all mixed together in some completely fucked up hybrid of decaying flesh and bone. She's starting to, like, not refer to herself as Noriko. Like, it's like a
She's
third...
disassociating for sure, yeah.
Oh, that would make sense. Okay, I was like, why does this keep happening? But disassociation would make sense. I think Kojiro or Tomoe or Aoi grabs my shoulders to drag me away from the body, but Aoi isn't here anyway, and the hands feel so strong and warm and not brittle and lifeless like mine, and not slender and perfect like Aoi's, but I get dragged away regardless, and my eyes are watering, and the fluorescent lights on the ceiling are magnified by my tears, and I want to tear my eyes out and get the sight of the corpse out of my mind. I've seen so many corpses over the last year. I've seen countless photos of bodies dismembered and asphyxiated and electrocuted and shot and maimed and drowned, and yet the decaying corpse in the body bag, or the HRP as Kojiro called it, is worse than any of them, and it's worse than anything I could have ever imagined, and it's worse than me and worse than Corpse Girl. And for a fleeting moment I began to question what I've spent the last year doing. What am I doing involving myself with the dead and buried? The frantic screams of a girl resounding in my ears and my eyes and my nostrils, and I think she's calling my name, but it doesn't sound like my name. It sounds like Noriko or something along those lines. Maybe Yuriko. Maybe she's calling out for my sister, but my sister isn't here, and Noriko isn't here, and I'm the only one here, lying on my side on the cold tile floor and covered in warm vomit and hot tears, and I feel the body lying next to me and smiling and offering me a cup of coffee from that lovely French cafe I went to one time. I picture that lifeless corpse in my mind, smiling and calling me names like bitch queen or goth bitch or bitch bitch, basically just any senseless names she can pair with the word bitch, that word I hate so much, that Yuriko used to always call me, that mother used to always call me, that word that carries so much hate and contempt and yet rolls off the tongue so easily. The lifeless corpse keeps calling me names, keeps taunting me, keeps throwing out her long blonde hair, and she taunts me with her fake smile and fake eyelashes. She corners me in the classroom and pulls my hair and rips out a fistful of it and laughs and calls me bitchy bitch 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 and screams and cackles, and I realize that she's always bullied me like this, and I hate her for it because I never did anything to her. Sounds like Emmy left some more trauma than we initially thought.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of an interesting perspective change of, like, she seemed like she was kind of, like, chill, and then now that we know more, it's like, oh, maybe you were actually a shitty person.
Like, I still don't think she deserved getting
No,
framed.
definitely not. But it feels a little bit more justified, at least, that she got some comeuppance.
Yeah, everyone... Yeah, from her perspective, she didn't do anything to deserve this, but, looking at it now, it's easy to see why she might have been targeted.
Yeah. I never did anything to Emi Katsuno, but she always bullied me. But she never bullied Aoi because no one was allowed to bully Aoi because the teachers all said so. They all said she's been through too much already, but it's okay to bully Noriko or me or Noriko. That's fine, they all said. So Emi liked to bully me and call me the bitch, and she liked to pull my hair out, but that's fine because hair grows back eventually, and it meant that she didn't bully Aoi, so in a way I was protecting Aoi, and that's all that ever really mattered. And the corpse in my mind isn't Emmy, but it might as well be. It might as well be her, and maybe I can make it her. Maybe the corpse can become Emi Katsuno, and if I send her the photograph of the corpse, then she might kill herself. She might kill herself.
Fuck.
My neck cracks loudly. Yeah. My neck cracks loudly as I sit up straight. I blink a few times to clear the tears out of my eyes, and the worried faces of Kojiro and Tomoe appear in my vision.
You okay?
What the fuck, Noriko?
I spit the remnants of vomit out of my mouth.
I'm fine.
You don't fucking look fine. You chucked up all over the place.
She'll be right. Seen this kind of thing before.
What do you mean?
Pretty normal to react like that to a decomposing cadaver. Surprised you're okay, Tomo?
It's Tomoe. Shit. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't like him, but I've seen corpses before.
Well, I thought Noriko had too.
Just pictures, I guess.
I'm not forgetting the carnage I witnessed at the train station thanks to Kotomi Ida. Somehow, seeing a stiff cadaver in a body bag was so much more overwhelming.
Right. Are you really Corpse Girl?
Apparently.
Come on, let's get you up.
Tomoe grabs me in a sort of bear hug and lifts me to my feet.
Sorry about the vomit.
It's fine. It's fucked up, but it's fine.
Call it a day?
I put my weight on my unsteady feet and step away from Tomoe.
No. There's something I need to do.
I stare straight at the corpse in the body bag. Her face is still exposed, lifeless, expressionless. Her hair is long, blonde. I imagine her with a bit of makeup. Some blush, some lipstick, some fake eyelashes.
Whoever this was, she's exactly what I need for my next victim.
That worked out well.
Can we get her into the van?
Okay, I'll grab a trolley. Tomoe, give me a hand.
Ugh, if I have to.
I nod and whisper a small thanks to both of them. Still a little groggy and unstable, I make my way to the morgue's door. I'll wait in the van for now. I need to take a moment to restore my energy. The real work will begin when we get to the factory. We got a big CG or music thing loading because the last time it took this long. We arrived at the factory after a brief pit stop at my apartment to collect my makeup kit. Kojiro managed to fix the lock on the front entrance, meaning we didn't have to try and shimmy a cadaver through the side window. He even found the proper key for the place on one of the rusted workbenches. Tomoe helped me to drag a workbench to the center of the factory floor, and we hoisted the cadaver on top of it. Kojiro unwrapped it from the HRP, which he explained simply meant human remains pouch. Staring down at the body before me, I now begin to wonder why I freaked out so much at the morgue. It's just a body, a lifeless thing that was once somebody, but now has no meaning in its existence.
It's kind of gross, but it's not really that bad.
Ugh. I'm glad you've come around, but I still don't want nothing to do with it.
Right, so we're here. We got your body. What now?
I fetch my makeup kit from the floor beside the workbench and place it next to the corpse.
We are going to make this body look as close as possible to this girl.
I flashed my phone at Kojiro and Tomoe, showing off the photo of Emi Katsuno that was submitted to Corpse Girl's website.
Right. But why?
Because then we can photograph it and convince the victim, Emmy, that it's her own dead body.
Why?
I furrow my brow. Kojiro coughs in an attempt to hide his laughter.
That's how Corpse Girl does things.
I don't know. Sounds like a shit plan. We went to all that effort to steal a dead body and you just want to take photos of it?
Look, so far I've done everything with photo manipulation. And sometimes it's successful. Like with Akane Tsurumaki.
That bitch?
It convinced her to kill herself. But I'll admit that it hasn't worked so well on Corpse Girl's other victims.
So you think repeating the same thing that don't work over and over again will eventually work?
Who knew that Tomoe was the one that was like, hey, here's an idea.
Got a point, Noriko. Corpse Girl doesn't have the best track record. Maybe something has to change.
But what? This is the way I've always done things, and...
I hang my head in defeat. I don't know what to do. I spent all morning crafting fake photos of my 3 victims. But for what purpose? They're not going to convince anyone to kill themselves. And now I'm standing here in the factory looking at a corpse that I want to decorate as Emi Katsuno, just so I can take photographs of it. And there's no point in doing so. I already crafted the photo of Emi's death, so why am I here? What the hell am I doing?
You are right. I can't keep going on like this. I've already crafted a photo of this victim's death. So I really don't know why I let it get so far. I guess I didn't truly think we'd pull this off. I kind of just went along with Kojiro's suggestion to go to the morgue.
Hey, don't pin it on me. This is your scheme.
The weirdo is right. This is on you, Noriko.
They're right. They're both spot on. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just wasting my time, their time. I'm wasting Corpse Girl's time.
Here, give me your phone.
Without waiting for approval, Tomoe snatches my phone out of my hands. She swipes past the photo of Emi, then swipes back to it.
Yo, you said you already made the corpse photo. Where is it?
I don't keep it on my phone. That would be stupid. The only copy is still on my laptop at home.
But you've got a photo of this bitch on your phone.
Well, yeah. I just pulled it from her noise profile earlier. It's exactly the same image that was uploaded to Corpse Girl's website, though.
Right.
Hold it. How did you know the Vic's name? Corpse Girl doesn't ask for a name.
Oh, this girl... I actually went to school with her. Coincidence, I assure you.
Uh-huh.
Look, that doesn't matter, does it?
Nobody believes you.
Well, tell me what the corpse photo looks like.
Well, it wasn't my most creative work. I had 3 requests to fulfill in a short amount of time, so I kinda made them all similar. I made it look like this girl, Emmy, fell from a tall building and splattered on the pavement.
Fucking lame.
Tomoe.
Yeah. Why did you want to know, anyway?
Well, I've got an idea for you. I know, I'm just the driver and all, but you've dragged me in this far, so at least let me make a suggestion, Kay?
Okay, go ahead.
We've got this here body. You've got a corpse photo of the bitch all locked and loaded. Let's kick it up a notch. Take your time to apply makeup. Make the body really look like the victim. Send her the corpse photo first, and then we'll deliver this body to the bitch.
Deliver the body?
We rock a better joint, leave the dead body on her doorstep, and then we fucking get out of there. Can you imagine how fucking scary it would be to come face to face with your own corpse? Think about it from her perspective. She gets a photo of her own dead body, right? Then, like, hours later, just as she's trying to get it out of her mind, her own corpse shows up at her house. She'll fucking snap, I guarantee it. Hell, I probably would too, and I know what's going on.
I can't believe it. Tomoe has completely lost the plot. Her plan is incredibly devious. It's almost evil, and I'm in love with the idea. I'm in love with the idea of delivering a person's own corpse to them before they kill themselves.
Tomoe!
Despite my own nature, I find myself throwing myself at Tomoe and wrapping my arms around her.
Yo, what the?
I bury my head between her neck and shoulder, the warmth of her body radiating through my own cold and clammy form. I start to sob uncontrollably. Maybe I still have tears left over from my incident at the morgue, or maybe I'm just truly happy at this moment.
Tomoe! Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Your idea is brilliant. It's perfect. Oh, I can't think of a better way to bring Corpse Girl's plans to fruition.
I mean, I just said the first thing that came to mind, so... But hey, I'm real glad you like the idea. I'm happy to help.
I wipe my eyes, but I don't let go of Tomoe.
Hell. I wonder if you'd make a better Corpse Girl than me.
Don't be
Oh, boy.
stupid. I just had one good idea is all. Now, come on. It ain't like you to get all sappy. Pick yourself up, yeah?
Right. In a moment.
I nuzzle my cheek further into Tomoe's neck and feel her skin prickle underneath my breath. She tenses up a little bit, but doesn't push me away.
You're so warm.
Jeez.
Oh, honey.
Come on.
Is she getting
girl,
a
we've
crush
got
on
work to do.
Tomoe?
Okay.
Yes.
I
It
see
might
this.
also be a dependency thing.
Could
Like,
be.
This sort of thing might have happened to Allie.
Yeah, I could see that. Ugh. I reluctantly step back from Tomoe and wipe my eyes. Tomoe is a little red in the face. She ruffles the collar of her shirt and fans her face.
Never had a girl cling to me like that before. Better not tell Shinya in case he gets real jealous.
Kojiro is silent. He seems to be simply observing the moment. I take a second to compose myself. Tomoe is right. We do have work to do. I look to the corpse atop the table, patiently waiting for us to conclude our discussion. I almost wish I was as patient as the dead.
You starting?
Yes. Let's do this.
Mad. Few things to keep in mind. Putting makeup on a cadaver isn't as simple as you think. This one's already decomposing. Not all the makeup will take. Put a little extra on. Don't be stingy. Doesn't help that the body is ice cold. Though if we had a space heater, we could warm it up. That would help the makeup stick. But it'll speed up decomposition.
We can't have it decomposing any faster. It's already out of cold storage, so I imagine we don't have long as it is.
Right. We're going to want to deliver it to your Vic soon, like less than 24 hours soon.
That's fine.
Yo, what about time in the delivery? Corpse Girl's photos have a... what's it called? A timestamp?
Yeah, I timestamped the photos with the supposed time of death. I usually set it to a little after the time the victim receives the photo. Sometimes a few hours, sometimes a whole day.
Uh-huh. I get it. Well, like, for best effect, we're gonna want to deliver the corpse before the time marked on the photo, right? That way, the Vic gets the photo and the corpse before the set time. Creates a kind of ticking time bomb. Should convince him to off himself before time's up.
That makes sense. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, so, what time did you write on this Emmy chick's corpse photo?
I scratch my head and try to think about it. It's hard to recall since I created 3 different photos at the same time. I'm pretty confident I lined them all up one after another, an hour gap in between each one.
7:28 a.m. tomorrow.
We gotta deliver the corpse before then, huh?
Too early. Usually asleep.
Well, you're gonna have to get your ass up early. For Noriko.
For Corpse Girl.
Kojiro groans, but he doesn't object further.
So, I'll send the photo out when I get home tonight. Emmy will receive it before she goes to bed for the night. It should shake her a little.
Then, in the morning, she'll wake up to her doorbell ringing and a corpse left on her doorstep.
That should be enough to do the trick.
Think you're both forgetting something. Where are we delivering the corpse?
Are you dense? We're delivering it to this Emmy bitch's home.
Sure, of course. But where does she live? Got her...
Oh.
Ah, shit.
A hole in the plan. A massive flaw that we completely overlooked. Our stunned silence is the only answer Kojiro needs.
This whole thing is a bust. Kinda disappointed in you, Noriko. Thought Corpse Girl was some mastermind. Some genius worth worshipping.
I don't have a response to that comment. Bile begins to rise in my throat as a pit opens up inside my stomach.
Turns out everything so far has been sheer luck. Well, I'm out. Use the factory if you want, but I'm not sticking around.
Kojiro waves half-heartedly and walks away. I can't say anything to stop him. My thoughts are frozen, locked in place, chained down by humiliation and anxiety.
Hold up just one fucking second.
Of course, Tomoe never fails to grab somebody's attention. Kojiro turns back.
We're just getting started here. Of course there's gonna be hiccups. We'll iron out all the details as we go. Don't just abandon Noriko like that.
Ooh, she's committing. I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Corpse Girl has done more for me than you'll ever know.
That's so?
Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna stand by her side. If you're a coward, feel free to bow out now. But if Noriko means anything to you, anything at all, then just swallow your fucking doubts and help her out.
Tomoe. I never thought she'd be the one to make a rousing speech, short and simple though it was.
Right. Suppose we did make a deal after all? Though, nothing really stopping me from taking cadavers from the morgue whenever I want now. Still, I guess I'll help you out. But if this keeps going astray, I really will walk away.
Fine, but follow through on this one victim at least.
I managed to gather up enough strength to make a simple plea.
Please. I can't do this without you.
Okay. Find Emmy's address. If Tomoe drives, I'll handle moving the corpse in the morning.
I nod firmly.
Okay. I'll work it out. Thank you, Kojiro.
Kojiro waves once again and takes his leave. The heavy steel door at the front of the factory slams shut behind him.
Phew. Okay, got any ideas?
Maybe one. Can you call Shinya? Ask him if he remembers Emmy Katsuno from school. And see if he knows where she lives.
Shinya? Oh yeah. He said once that you went to school together. Guess he might know Emmy too, huh?
My thoughts exactly. I'm going to make a call as well.
I quickly make a call to Aoi. As the phone is ringing, I look up at the skylight above. The sun has nearly disappeared from the sky, and we're running out of light. If there was electricity connected here, we wouldn't have a problem. But if it gets much darker than this, we're going to struggle to apply makeup to the cadaver.
Noriko? Hey, me again. Feels like we just spoke this morning, hey? It was this morning. Yeah. Listen, just a quick question.
Hello.
Do you remember Emmy Katsuno from school? Katsuno? Okay. That's really freaky, Noriko. Huh? What is? I bumped into Katsuno just today at the mall. You're kidding. I'm serious. She was pretty distressed, actually. She just got fired from her job. I see. Actually, it's kind of funny. I spoke with you about Corpse Girl's website this morning, and I spoke to Katsuno about it too. Really? Seems like there's someone she wanted dead. Maybe. I'm not sure. Perhaps her boss that fired her? Interesting. Why are you asking about her anyway?
It's an odd question, but do you happen to know where she lives?
Yes.
Wait, seriously?
Mm-hmm. Want me to send you her address? Are you going to visit her?
Oh, Aoi. If you could send her address, then I'll really owe
tell
you one.
her you're gonna visit her over the weekend.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a problem. Like you're leaving a trail for yourself if you're just like, hey, what's your address? Bye.
Yeah. Aoi seems like the type to crack.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll text it through.
I didn't think you'd actually know it, but I wanted to ask anyway.
No problem. I followed her home today from the mall, so I guess it worked out well for you.
I don't love the phrasing of that. Okay. Thank God that was like something that the narrative's not just skipping over. Hang on. Aoi followed Emmy home from the mall? Like, she stalked her?
Did you say? Oh, I followed Emmy home today. I got on the train carriage behind her. Well, don't worry. She didn't see me.
Aoi, what are you talking about?
Well, I wanted to find out if she was going to use Corpse Girl's website. Since I recommended it to her and all.
I don't know what to say.
Hey, I'm still at work, okay? I shouldn't really be talking on the phone. We'll chat later. Bye-bye.
Aoi, wait! Don't hang up.
The phone call ends abruptly. I'm baffled by the fact that Aoi followed Emmy home. I can't quite figure out what must have been going through her head at the time. But right now, I don't have the time to worry about it. I need to finish up here at the factory. I notice that I have an unread message on my phone. I open it up to find Aoi has sent me Emmy's full address.
Well, at least I got the address.
You got it? Nice. Shinya barely remembered the chick, apparently, so it wasn't really helpful, sorry.
No trouble. We got what we needed. It's getting dark. Help me put some makeup on the corpse.
Okay, show me that photo of Emmy again. We better do this.
Shinya's a worrisome witness, honestly.
Yeah, I don't love that he also knows. Yeah. Like, hey, do you happen to know the address of this girl? No, okay, no worries. Bye. Next day, Gore gets murdered. Hey, Tomoe, what the fuck was that?
Don't worry.
Right. Here.
I just, like, okay, I know we just said that, like, she's full of herself, but I think that everybody in this is starting to be a lot dumber than we thought they were.
Yeah, I think Kojiro was right to doubt. And, try to dip.
Agreed.
But then he got forced to not dip, so,
Yeah. I bring up the photo and we examine it closely before setting to work. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it there for the night if that's okay with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna go do that there.
Maybe next week we'll actually finish chapter 1.
I know. I'm expecting at this point that chapter 1 is now gonna end at, like, where the prologue kind of began with, like, Emmy's death, which makes me interested what the hell's gonna happen after that. Like, how much more game is there?
Yeah.
It's interesting, though. I wasn't expecting it to go in some of these directions, so... I'm very curious.
The complete disassociation. Like, we had notes of her disassociation with her referring to Corpse Girl as something other than herself.
Oh!
Oh, God!
Yeah!
Aoi, what are you doing here?
Yeah, why is she here?
Tomoe, I expect.
I kind of figured we might get Tomoe, but to be fair, I wonder if she's about to, because we got Kojiro before he officially, like, agreed to be part of it.
Not much before.
Not a whole lot, but I'm wondering if, like...
We were, like, we talked to Kojiro and, like, we were setting up a meeting at, like, the coffee shop when he got added to the starting soon.
So I wonder if that means, like, in the next couple of scenes, like, she's gonna be like, hey, Emmy's dead, why the fuck did you do, like, you just asked about her address, what the fuck happened? And she's gonna have to tell her about Corpse Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Like, it's probably, like, rapidly approaching.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I like this, like, full glimpse of Tomoe's outfit, though. Like, we've seen it before, but, like, it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, interesting. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but, we got just 3 new CGs, so it's definitely slowed down a lot.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, it's been fun. Still not sure what the hell's going on, but, it's holding me more than it was before. So yeah, we're starting to really move. So I think once we get past the Emmy death, I think I'll be a little more invested because I don't know what we're building towards.
Right.
So I don't know, but it's interesting. Thanks for joining me, Kay.
Mm-hmm.
And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope you all have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.